Miami Lakes
Educational
Center.
and Technical College.
Oh, Jesus, forget it. I'm not saying all that. Yeah. In fact, I'm going to let you do it. One.
Watch on. You ask me, I'm going to forget.
All right. Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to Torch Tales. One more episode, one more conversation with someone that I just met today. And in fact, that's what's cool about this whole thing. I was at a distributor earlier today and I ran into this lovely young lady, which I'll tell you who she is, but I'll tell you the back story before. So here I am visiting someone else in South Florida earlier and I see her at the counter. And of course I said, hey, hi, I haven't seen her before. Have you been here long? She goes, I've been here 3 days. Well, that makes sense. That's why I haven't seen her there before. Then I come to, where are we again?
Miami Lakes Educational and Technical College.
I put her on the spot because I just told her that I was going to have her say that whole thing. So then I'm here having another conversation with a friend, Oscar Guerrero, the welding instructor here. And she sees me and she goes, oh my God, you're here too? Are you stalking me? And of course, why would I miss the opportunity to talk to this young lady that is taking on welding and it's also working at a distributor, also learning the back end and the customer service side of things. And Camila, Marcia,
Yes.
all right, and I got it right. I had to ask her like 5 times so I can remember the name. Thank you so much for allowing me to talk to you. Few of the reasons why I wanted to talk to you. One, welding student.
Yes.
Second, working for a friend distributor that I've known for a few years. And also a female in the welding industry that it's so male driven. So before we even get to the why you're here, I want to know a little bit about you. So where are you from? Where did you go to high school? Or are you still going to high school? Just tell me everything, because the 2 viewers out there want to know.
So I'm from Nicaragua.
Okay.
I was born here, was raised partially over there. I already graduated high school, so now I'm taking this full time and having my job at Discount Welds.
Okay.
So it's been a fun ride. I did start just a couple months ago, so it's very fresh and new to me. And I've always liked mechanical stuff, anything to do with, like playing how to figure things out. For example, welding, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed watching stuff on it because that was the only thing that really captivated me. I've grown up with mechanics, like electricians, everything. So
when you were in high school, were you exposed to any kind of programs teaching hands-on, any kind of anything? Or you saw it after you got out of high school and you were like, I want to try that?
So I was always interested in, things to the trade business, but I was never shown in my day-to-day life.
Gotcha.
So, and I just figured, I'm like, why not try it? As soon as I got out of high school, I applied for the school and now I'm here.
So how long have you been in the school?
So I started January of this year up to now, and I recently got the job over at Discount Welds. Before that, I was actually working in the hotel industry.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So I guess that's where your bubbly personality comes from, because most people that have worked in a hotel or hospitality, they kind of learn that customer service,
yes.
And she was very nice when I saw her earlier, working the counter. So now I can see and tie 2 things together. Welding. There's so many other things that you can pick in the trade, blue collar work, hands-on, you name it. There's 100 different avenues. Why welding?
Well, I did take a look at the different trades and they just never piqued my interest like welding did. Once I started it, I started falling in love with it a little bit more and more. Now that I start understanding it, it's pretty cool because welding is one thing that you need everywhere.
That is true.
You need it day to day. Most buildings have to have things welded, ships, anything you can think of. So it's pretty neat once you see the process and you understand that it's a very nice industry to work in and very I enjoy it. I'm very happy with my decision so far.
That's awesome. That's awesome to hear. So tell me a little bit, when you were younger, what were you into when you were younger? Did you play sports? Did you do anything else in high school? What is it that you do for fun aside from trying to learn welding? Like what do you do?
So I'm starting to dabble a little bit more in working on cars. So
Oh, really?
I'm a mechanic. So when I'm not here, or when I'm not busy, I'll try to learn different things on my own car. And I do have a couple of friends that they take me with them to try to figure things out on their vehicles. And I always ask them, I'm like, how do you do this? Like, can you explain this a little bit more? So I've always liked anything, a hands-on work.
Mechanical,
So
yeah. How long is this class? You're here till when? How long is the semester?
if I'm not mistaken, it does end in February of next year. And the semester is about to end now in August. We started this semester, can't remember right now.
All right, it's all good. Where do you see yourself at the end of the class next year? What would be your vision? What's your vision right now? Because things might change,
Of
and
course.
they always do. So as of right now, today, what is your vision in the industry?
So at this time, I do want to get more into TIG welding and possibly work on like ships and stuff like that, because I've always been more into the precision that it takes to do TIG work.
Correct.
So hopefully I'll be having a job doing something on that sort, but I'm very open mind on it.
There you go. Yeah, you have to keep your options open.
Of course.
Working for a welding distributor and looking at the type of customers, the walk-ins, the questions, their needs. Now that you have taken a few months of welding school, do you think the customers that are coming in know what they're talking about? Or are you finding that even with a few months that you have already experienced in the welding industry, that you are able to answer some of those questions because they might not know what they're talking about?
Of course. So I do believe that they do know what they're talking about in the sense of what their needs are.
Okay.
But there are certain points where it's not very understanding of the safety that comes into welding. Welding is such a big industry and there's many moving parts into it. So, for example, there's a lot of customers that come in that have welding, other welding supply stores, or they'll do welding themselves.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of a mix. So I do think that there's a lot of people that do know what they're talking about, what their needs is. If not, they always come and ask us, So it's a nice opportunity to learn a little bit more on the mechanics of it, the machinery. Things that people typically don't learn as much. They'll
Correct.
learn the hands-on work, but not the actual functions of each machine and how to work it.
Yeah, I think it's a great marriage, the way that you are growing in the industry, and I think that's just it's gonna set you apart from a lot of different, others out there that are learning to become welders. Do you have any sister or brothers?
No, I'm actually an only child.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Your mom and dad still around? They live, So what do they do? Because when you said, I've always been into hands-on mechanical work, it's usually for a couple of reasons. You have an older brother that it's into whatever, older sister, but you're an only child.
Yes.
So where does this come from? Who did you see, or where did this spark came from? Like, I want to build things and break things and put them together. And
Actually, funny thing is, my mom, she works at a restaurant.
Okay.
And my dad's a chef. So
not even close.
not even close. It just kind of came with, I would look things up and mostly watch videos on this. So
Really? Oh, See, I would have pegged that someone in the family brought her along and said, "Hey, just sit there and watch me do this while I work or do something."
No.
So you never know. Now, you said that you lived in Nicaragua as well?
yeah, I've lived in Nicaragua when I was younger.
Yeah.
So it was a nice experience, getting to know my heritage. So
And so both your parents are from Nicaragua?
yes.
Gotcha. Tell me the one favorite food from Nicaragua that you just can't live without.
Okay, so it's called vigorón. So what it is, it's
Is that a sweet thing? It's like a dessert?
no.
No, okay, so I'm wrong. Yeah.
So vigorón is yuca
Okay.
and pork
Yuca,
rind.
for those of you that it's like a close cousin of the potato, but it's very starchy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's boiled yuca, and then on top you would put pork rind and
Soft
cabbage.
pork rind or like the crunchy one?
The crunchy.
Okay.
You should try it one day. It's really good.
Well, I love yuca and I love pork rind chicharrón.
Yes.
You guys gotta try it.
Best thing you should try, aside from the carne asada that we're known for.
Oh, that's right. Their carne asada. And what's the little salad? You got the little. Is it the cabbage with the little carrot and
Yes.
the thin? How do you?
So
get?
it's rated cabbage
Yeah.
pretty much, and then they always put lime, some salt on it, and the queso frito. You can never miss that.
I think I know where I'm going next. Is it fritangas or
Yes.
is that how they call?
They're kind of buffets style places. They're called fritangas. You should also try the restaurants because you get a whole different service.
Yeah.
So, and then, for example, there's this place called Selva Negra, which would be a restaurant that you should try.
Is that here in Miami? South
Yes.
Miami? Selva Negra?
Selva Negra.
So that would translate to black jungle?
Yes.
I guess, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Selva Negra. I'll try it and I'll let you guys know in some other episode, if it was good or not. Now, coming back to the school, how many students are there here now?
Approximately 16 to 17.
All right, how many girls?
4 of us right now.
Oh, so I remember, I think the first time I came in and met Oscar a couple of years ago, I think you guys only had one female student.
Yes.
So, this is one of the reasons why I wanted to talk to her, because it's, like I said earlier, it's a male-oriented industry. And not only are we losing a lot of the skilled welders nowadays, whether they're retiring, they're dying, and most people don't want to take on blue-collar hands-on work, especially females. So I'm happy to see that the school, it's growing, that you were here with 3 other students learning this trade. It's something that I stumbled 12 years ago, and I don't see myself doing anything else, even though I work on the other side for a manufacturing company on the oxy-fuel side of things. Yeah. And this is a crazy idea that I came up with a couple months ago, and so far I'm digging it, and most people are. Now, are you into social media?
Yes, I am.
Are you into social media because it's a generational thing? Because this is the era that you were born, and you guys were born with a phone in your hand. Am I accurate, or how do you use social media to begin with? What are you into? TikTok, Instagram, Facebook?
So I'm mostly on Instagram or TikTok, and for the most part, it's mostly like educational videos that come up on my feed. So
okay, so that means that's what she's been watching, right? And I think that's one of the things because I'm in that in between, so I experienced the turning of the page into the digital world and social media. But because of social media, we are getting into this younger generation, and they can see a lot of what's happening out there. So I highly recommend social media for the right reasons. I mean, you can go left and right and discuss and argue that it's taking over the world, but use the right way. Definitely, you have the world in your hands, and you can learn a lot from it. And I think there's this line from Spider-Man: "With great power comes great responsibility."
Yes.
And I think everyone nowadays has the power to influence someone.
Of course.
So so when you start getting on more and more and start posting, start getting that other generation of like, look, I'm a female, I'm welding, I'm making great things, because you don't know who you might be touching and make changing their lives for the better.
Of course, I actually do follow a couple female welders.
Yeah.
I follow Ray Ripples.
Yeah.
And Miss Welds. Those are my two favorite people to follow because Ray Ripples does mostly sculptural stuff.
She worked with Harleys and does all that kind of stuff. There's also Barbie the welder.
Yes.
There's a few of them that are very good role models, in the welding industry, especially because they have similar backgrounds. Nothing before, they just had an amazing aha moment, and here they are, very successful. So it could be you. Now, I have this little gift for you. This is something forged by fire. I have this California artist that does amazing work with torches and all that, and I had him do this very raw, organic keychain, hammer and cut with an oxy fuel, and then stamped with the Torch Tales 2023. It's like I was telling Oscar earlier on his conversation. We're like Oprah. We're just giving things away until we have nothing else, which is pretty soon. So thank you
so much.
Thank you for allowing me to talk to you and get a little bit more understanding on the generation, on the female perspective of becoming a welder. I hope your career takes you wherever you want to go, and that you keep learning both here and at the other side of the counter,
Of course.
and then tie those two things together. Thank you so much for allowing me, and good luck out there.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys for watching. There you go. This is the youth taking over. All right, guys.